Welcome to Organic Health Hub, your trusted source for all things related to natural health and well-being. Do you ever wonder what makes a great leader? Is it charisma, intelligence, or perhaps decisiveness? Well, let's dive into that, shall we? Leadership isn't a one-size-fits-all scenario. It's more like a puzzle with many pieces, each piece representing a different skill or attribute. While charisma can inspire, intelligence can provide solutions, and decisiveness can drive action. But a truly great leader is one who never stops learning and improving. You see, leadership isn't just about being at the front, leading the charge. It's about personal growth, about continually becoming a better version of yourself. It's about understanding that every day is a new opportunity to learn something new, to improve a skill, to grow as a person. Leadership and personal growth are two sides of the same coin. They are intertwined, each feeding into the other. As you grow personally, you become a better leader. As you lead, you learn more about yourself and the world around you, fostering personal growth. But here's the thing about growth. It doesn't happen by accident. It's intentional, deliberate. It requires a commitment to learning and improvement. It's about being open to feedback, being willing to make mistakes, and being ready to learn from them. The beauty of leadership is that it's not a destination, but a journey. It's not about reaching a point where you're the perfect leader. Because let's face it, no one is perfect. But it's about striving to be better today than you were yesterday, and aiming to be even better tomorrow. So what makes a great leader? It's not just about having the right skills or attributes, it's about the willingness to learn, to grow, to improve. It's about acknowledging that there's always room for improvement, no matter how good you are. And remember, leadership isn't just for the workplace. It applies to all areas of life. Whether you're a parent, a friend, a team member, or a community leader, the principles of leadership and continuous improvement hold true. It's not just about having the right skills, but about continuously improving and learning to lead better each day. Continuous improvement, a concept often associated with business, holds equal value in the realm of personal growth. Let's unpack this idea a bit. At its core, continuous improvement is a long-term approach that seeks to achieve small, incremental changes in processes in order to improve efficiency and quality. Now you might be thinking, that sounds a lot like a business strategy. And you're absolutely right. Yet it is much more than that. In the context of personal development, continuous improvement translates into a commitment to making small changes and improvements day in, day out, with the aim of achieving a higher level of personal effectiveness. It's about being a little bit better than you were yesterday and a little bit better tomorrow than you are today. This concept is not just about achieving a specific goal, but also about the journey and the growth that comes with it. It's about recognizing that there's always room for improvement and that the pursuit of excellence is a never-ending process. Now, let's bring it home. How is this relevant to our daily lives? Well, consider the areas in your life where you'd like to improve. Maybe it's your health, your relationships, your career, or your skills. Continuous improvement tells us that instead of trying to make massive changes all at once, it's more effective and less overwhelming to focus on making small, manageable improvements consistently over time. It's like planting a seed. You don't just plant it and expect a tree the next day. You water it, you give it sunlight, you nurture it. And over time, that seed grows into a strong, healthy tree. The same principle applies to personal growth. It's a process, and it takes time. But with consistent effort and a commitment to continuous improvement, you can achieve incredible results. So remember, whether it's in business or in our personal lives, continuous improvement is all about making small, consistent changes over time. It's about striving for progress, not perfection. And above all, it's about understanding that there's always room for growth, no matter how far you've come. Continuous improvement is the key to unlocking your full potential as a leader. So how does this cycle of continuous improvement work? Let's dive into the 4 stages of this transformational journey. Plan, do, check, and act. Each stage can be applied to personal growth and leadership, creating a roadmap for success. First up, we have plan. This stage is about setting clear, achievable goals. It's about asking yourself, what do I want to achieve? And how am I going to do it? This could be anything from aspiring to lead a team to wanting to improve your physical health. The key is to be specific, realistic, and to set a timeline. Planning is where you strategize, laying a solid foundation for your growth journey. Next, we move to the do stage. Here we put our plans into action. We start working towards our goals. It's about discipline, consistency, and perseverance. It's not always easy, but remember, every step you take is a step closer to your goal. You're not just dreaming anymore, you're doing. Then comes the check phase. This is where we assess our progress. We look at what's working and what's not. It's about being honest with ourselves and not being afraid to acknowledge our mistakes or shortcomings. Checking is about reflection and evaluation, allowing us to learn and grow from our experiences. Finally, we arrive at the act stage. Now, this is where the magic happens. Based on our reflections from the check phase, we make necessary adjustments to our plan. We fine-tune our strategies or shift our focus. Acting is about being adaptable, flexible, and open to change. It's about not being afraid to alter our course if it leads us closer to our goal. And then we loop back to plan, and the cycle begins again. This is the beauty of the continuous improvement cycle. It's not a linear process, but a cyclical one. It's a journey of constant learning, adapting, and growing. Remember, it's a cycle, not a one-time event. It's about making small, consistent improvements. The continuous improvement cycle is a powerful tool for personal growth and leadership, and it's yours to use. So let's keep moving forward one step at a time. The first step in this cycle is to plan. But what does planning for improvement look like? It's like setting out on a journey. You wouldn't embark on a cross-country road trip without a map, would you? In the same vein, your personal growth journey requires a clear, well-thought-out plan. Imagine your life as a grand adventure. The destination, your vision of your best self. But how do you get there? That's where planning comes into play. It's about setting clear, achievable goals that align with your vision. Each goal is a milestone on your journey, a step closer to your destination. But remember, your goals need to be SMART, specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. A vague goal like, I want to be healthier, won't cut it. Instead, try something like, I will walk for 30 minutes every day, 5 days a week, for the next 3 months. This goal is specific, measurable, achievable, relevant to your health, and time-bound. However, planning for improvement isn't just about setting goals, it's also about identifying areas for improvement. This requires a high degree of self-awareness. You need to be honest with yourself about your strengths and weaknesses. Imagine you're a gardener. Your life is your garden. Some plants are thriving, while others need more care. Your strengths are the thriving plants. Your areas for improvement are the plants that need more care. And just as a gardener tends to each plant individually, you need to tend to each area of your life individually. In your planning phase, take the time to reflect on your life. Identify the areas that need more care. Set SMART goals to nurture those areas. As you do, remember that growth takes time. You won't see results overnight. But with patience, persistence, and a good plan, you'll see progress. And that's what planning for improvement is all about. It's about mapping out your journey to your best self. It's about setting clear, achievable goals and identifying areas for improvement. A good plan lays the foundation for your journey of continuous improvement. So start planning today and set yourself on the path to personal growth. The journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. Let that step be your plan. With a plan in place, it's time to act and then assess the results. This is the moment we've been building up to, where the rubber meets the road. Taking action is the natural progression of all the planning we've done. It's the bold and brave step that takes us out of our comfort zone and propels us toward our desired outcomes. Taking action is, however, only half the equation. The other half is checking the results of our actions, a process that involves self-reflection and feedback. Why is this important? Because growth isn't a linear path. It's a journey of exploration, discovery, and yes, occasional detours. Self-reflection is our internal compass. It helps us stay on course when we're navigating uncharted territories. When we pause to reflect on our actions and their outcomes, we get invaluable insights. We understand what's working, what's not, and why. We unearth patterns and discover areas of strength and weakness. Feedback, on the other hand, is our external compass. It offers us a different perspective, an outside-in view. Feedback from trusted sources can shed light on blind spots, areas that we might not be able to see or understand from our standpoint. Together, self-reflection and feedback form a powerful tool for checking progress. They help us determine whether we're moving in the right direction or if we need to pivot. They allow us to adjust our sails when the winds of change blow, helping us remain resilient and adaptable. Remember, the key to this process is consistency. It's not a one-off event, but an ongoing cycle of doing and checking. This cycle is the heartbeat of continuous improvement, the rhythm that keeps us growing, evolving, and moving forward. In this journey of personal growth and leadership, we're not seeking perfection. We're seeking progress. And progress is born out of action, assessed by reflection and feedback, and nurtured by the willingness to learn and adapt. Taking action is important, but so is taking the time to reflect on what's working and what isn't. So, let's keep moving, keep reflecting, and keep growing. Let's continue to lead, learn, and thrive. The final stage in the continuous improvement cycle is to adjust. But what does this mean? Well, imagine you're sailing a boat. You set a course, you move forward, and then you encounter a storm. Do you stubbornly stick to your original path, or do you adjust your sails? Adjustment is about being adaptable, about being flexible enough to change course when the need arises. It's about understanding that the path to success is rarely a straight line, but more often a winding road that requires constant navigation. Now let's talk about how this translates into personal growth and leadership. You see, when you're leading, whether it's a team, a project, or your own life, you're bound to face unexpected challenges. Things won't always go as planned. And when they don't, that's when the act of adjustment comes in. Adjustment involves taking a step back, assessing the situation, and making necessary changes based on the feedback you've received. It's about learning from your experiences, from your successes and your failures. It's about not being afraid to admit that you've made a mistake or that your initial plan was not the best one. But adjustment is more than just problem solving. It's about growth. It's about becoming a better version of yourself. Every time you adjust, you learn something new about yourself, about your strengths, your weaknesses, your capabilities. And with each new insight, you evolve, becoming a more effective leader, a more resilient individual. And here's the thing, adjustment is not a one-time event. It's a continuous process, a core part of the cycle of continuous improvement. Because once you've adjusted, you start the cycle all over again. You plan, you do, you check, and then you adjust again, each time growing, each time improving. So remember, adjustment is not a sign of weakness or failure. It's a sign of strength, of resilience, of a willingness to learn and grow. It's a sign of a true leader. Adapting and adjusting based on feedback is what keeps the cycle of continuous improvement going. So keep adjusting, keep learning, keep growing, because that's what leadership and personal growth are all about. So how does continuous improvement translate into better leadership? Well, sit tight, because we're about to explore exactly that. When we speak of continuous improvement, we're not just talking about an individual's growth. It's about propelling the whole team forward. As a leader, you're the rudder that steers the ship, so your growth has a ripple effect on everyone around you. Let's start with the most obvious benefit: increased effectiveness. With continuous improvement, you're always sharpening your skills, refining your strategies, and adapting to new circumstances. This means you're constantly becoming a more effective leader, able to guide your team to success in the face of any challenge. Next up, we have better decision-making. With each cycle of planning, doing, checking, and adjusting, you're gaining invaluable insights about your team and your work. This wealth of knowledge enables you to make informed decisions, reducing the risk of errors and ensuring smoother sailing. But it's not just about making the right calls. It's also about how you make them. Continuous improvement fosters a mindset of curiosity, experimentation, and learning. This leads to more thoughtful and nuanced decision-making, which fosters trust and respect from your team. Let's not forget about team dynamics. A leader committed to continuous improvement creates a culture of growth and learning. This encourages open communication, collaboration, and mutual respect among team members. It's a win-win situation. Your team feels empowered and engaged, and you get a team that's constantly improving and delivering their best work. So you see, the benefits of continuous improvement in leadership are manifold. It's not just about being the best. It's about bringing out the best in those around you. It's about creating an environment where everyone is motivated to learn, grow, and excel. Continuous improvement not only makes you a better leader, but it also inspires those around you to do the same. So, keep learning, keep growing, and keep leading the way to a better tomorrow. Continuous improvement is more than just a strategy for leadership. It's a path to personal growth. This path, my friends, isn't linear. It's a winding journey, teeming with opportunities to learn, adapt, and evolve. You see, when we talk about personal growth, we're not just referring to gaining new skills or achieving new milestones. Personal growth encompasses the enrichment of our character, the expansion of our understanding, and the deepening of our emotional intelligence. And it is within this broad spectrum that continuous improvement finds its true calling. Continuous improvement prompts us to question our status quo, to challenge our comfort zones. It urges us to look beyond what we have always known and venture into the unknown. And it is in this unfamiliar territory that we discover new facets of our personality, new strengths, and new passions. But the beauty of continuous improvement lies not just in the discovery of the new, but also in the mastery of the old. It encourages us to revisit our existing skills, to polish them, to refine them until they shine with perfection. It's about striving to be better today than we were yesterday, and better tomorrow than we are today. This commitment to lifelong learning, to constant evolution, is what sets us on the path to personal growth. It makes us more adaptable, more resilient. It equips us with the tools to navigate the ever-changing landscapes of life, to meet challenges head-on, and to turn obstacles into opportunities. And in doing so, it transforms us. It makes us better leaders, better learners, better doers. It makes us better human beings. It allows us to live a life not of complacency, but of fulfillment. A life where we are not just existing, but thriving. So let's make a pact today. Let's commit ourselves to this path of continuous improvement, to this journey of personal growth. Because the truth is, the road to self-improvement is endless. There is always something new to learn, always something old to improve upon. Embrace continuous improvement, and you'll find yourself growing in ways you never thought possible. As we wrap up, remember that continuous improvement is a journey, not a destination. It's a fundamental truth that underscores the essence of leadership. It's about nurturing a mindset that embraces change, seeks out opportunities for growth, and never settles for the status quo. We commence this journey by acknowledging the challenge leadership presents. Being a leader isn't about being perfect, but about being willing to grow and adapt. We explored how the philosophy of continuous improvement provides a framework for this evolution. We dived into the continuous improvement cycle, a powerful tool that can be applied to any aspect of life. Planning, doing, checking, and adjusting. These aren't just steps in a process, but a cycle that promotes constant evolution. We learned that planning is paramount, not just in business or leadership, but in our personal lives as well. It sets the stage for action, for doing. But doing without checking is like sailing without a compass. The act of checking allows us to assess our progress, to see if we're on the right track, and then comes adjustment, the courage to change course when necessary. We then explored the role of continuous improvement in leadership. It's not just about improving yourself, but about fostering an environment that encourages growth and learning. And finally, we journeyed down the path to personal growth. It's a path that's unique to each of us, and yet it's a path that's inherently tied to the concept of continuous improvement. The invitation now is for you to apply these principles in your life. Embrace the continuous improvement cycle. Plan, do, check, adjust. Foster this mindset in your personal and professional life. It's a journey, yes, but it's a journey that leads to growth, to improvement, to becoming the best version of yourself. Stay committed to your growth and remember you are always a work in progress. See you in the next episode where we will discuss managing technology for better focus and well-being. Until then, keep improving. Thank you for joining us. If you found this video valuable, please support us by liking, sharing, and subscribing to Organic Health Hub. Feel free to share your questions, experiences, or topics you'd like us to explore in future videos in the comments section below. Explore these other videos from our channel too.